Hey guys, Rich here with Brotherhood Reviews, and we're back talking about Bleach episode 11, and this one is actually a really good one. A lot of scandalous stuff happened, but before we get into it, let's like, comment, and subscribe. If you want more content like this, if you like content like this, definitely will appreciate it, and we'll love for you to join the community. But let's get back to this scandalous episode of Bleach. And the reason why I'm saying this is a very scandalous episode is because we finally get information about Ichigo's mother and where she's from, what happened, and her background. Now, we find out that Ichigo is kicked out of the royal palace because he doesn't understand the concept of Zanpakuto's and where his soul actually is. Now, he gets beat up, and then when he wakes up, he's standing in front of his house in his hometown. Now, his pops and everything is there in his Soul Reaper outfit. I was about to say costume, but his Soul Reaper outfit. And he pretty much is like, yeah, Ichigo, I've never really told you the truth. And it's like, yo, at this point, it's like, enough is enough. Like, so he ends up telling him how he met his mother and the fact that his mother is a Quincy. We get this wonderful flashback of how his father and his mother met, and Masaki, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She was actually pretty boss, yo. She allowed this all black hollow just come bite her, and she bow right in the face. I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, and then that just had me thinking. I was like, if she was this powerful, like, how'd she die from that other hollow? But she probably weakened after years of not using her powers or whatever. But the more scandalous part is the fact that not only was Aizen the one who sent the hollow there and allowed them to meet and said, let's see how this plays out, and pretty much brought Ichigo into existence. He created his own demise in a sense. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but I just want to mention the fact that Ishada's pops was technically supposed to marry Ichigo's mom, so I think they were technically supposed to be, well, Ichigo was technically supposed to be, Ishada, but it didn't work. It didn't work like that. Uryu, Ishada Uryu. You know what I'm saying? I don't like saying his first name, because I feel like I'm always pronouncing it wrong. But Uryu, from what it seemed like, is Uryu's pops and Ichigo's mom are cousins, or they're just two, or she's from a separate tribe, from a more of a pure bloodline tribe, and his father was trying to secure the Quincy name and the Quincy power, and in that way. Now, after they defeated the Hollow, we see Aizen pretty much tried to sabotage Ichigo's dad by slashing him in the back, distracting him, and almost getting him killed. At the point where he was losing, Ichigo's mom shot an arrow and distracted him, and as I said before, she allowed him to bite him because she wasn't, I wouldn't say accurate enough, but he was too fast for her to catch him with an arrow. So she said, okay, the only way I can, catch him is if I allow him to bite me. So she stood there like a boss, allowed the hollow to bite her, and shot him in the face. Now, the hollow was, like, I guess, also rigged to explode. So Ichigo's pops put up a barrier to shield her from the explosion, and almost died. And when he found out, it was funny because they were supposed to be enemies, but when he found out that she was Quincy, he laughed it off and was like, wow, I've never seen one of you guys in person. I thought you guys were all gone. It's really, yeah, it's really cool to see one in person. And he laughs it off. And that's pretty much how their relationship starts. That's pretty much all for that episode. But like I said, this is very scandalous because in one hand, Aizen's there orchestrating this whole event, and then when Ashada's pops pulls up, he sees them talking, and their maid, who was also a Quincy, was like, should we step in? And he was like, no, they're just having a conversation, so I don't see any need to. He's in no position to harm her, and even if he would, you can tell he's not off of his presence. And he has no strength to swing the sword. Even if she healed him, he'd still be like, he just means he was not gonna die. He's not gonna be 100%. So she'd be able to take him either way. So Uryu's pops pretty much helped orchestrate in Ichigo's life as well. So they're technically family, I would say, in my opinion, because I guess they would be cousins in arms because they're technically both Quincy's. But I would love to see where Ichigo's full reaction to this information, because as I said, we if I remember correctly, they cut it off at the I believe there's more of the backstory that we're gonna see, because that's pretty much not, I know that's not all the information we're gonna get about Ichigo's mom. But that's all I have to talk about this time. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have a good day, time, night, whenever you guys are listening to this. Thank you.